What's going on, everyone? I'm finally back again with part 3 of my Steelbook collection video. This one in particular is going to hopefully be a lot shorter because I don't have nearly as many Steelbooks to go through. It's mostly box sets and slipcovers and collector's editions and things like that. So hopefully you enjoy it. I may show just the box. I might not show off all of the Steelbook and everything like that. So hopefully you enjoy. Hopefully my buddy KB out there, you feel better. I know right now he's, struggling. He fell on the ice and he's in the hospital. So prayers out to him. I hope you feel better, man. I know you posted on your Instagram that you like to see some content from people. So I'm putting this out for you, man. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get a chance to watch it and feel better and, get home safely. So hopefully everybody out there is praying for you, man. And just to everybody out there watching this, I hope you enjoy it and enjoy the rest of your week. It is Blu-ray Tuesday, so go out and buy some movies today. And I'll see everyone in just a minute after this intro. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get into some of these box sets. We'll start with this Kingsman box set here. I'm not going to show the Steelbooks in here. I was trying to fiddle around with some of them. Some of them don't want to slide out. These ones, for example, do not have separators, so sliding them in and out, you're going to scratch up the Steelbooks. I'm going to get my fingerprints all over them, and I'm just not messing with that right now. The video will be 10 times longer, and I just don't want to deal with that. So that is the front of it, and there is your spines, and there is your back of it. Here is the Indiana Jones Steelbook collection. This is the 4-film collection. Those are the little pictures on the back of each Steelbook. You got all the first 4 of these, and the box is beat up. Shout out to my buddy Mike. He picked it up for me. I probably shouldn't have paid that price. And the box is beat up, so I need to get like another box for that. But it's a very cheap set in general. All right, next up we've got the Hunger Games set. Shout out to my buddy Adam, who just kind of did a Steelbook collection video, and he went over the Steelbooks inside of here. So if you want to go check that out, you can, if you've never seen these before. But I was actually trying to take these out, and they are a pain, so I'm not even going to bother with it at the moment. But yes, these are beautiful Steelbooks. This is a beautiful set. I think it's still in stock over at Best Buy when I'm recording this. So if you're still interested in grabbing that, you probably still can. This is the Avengers set. This is Endgame from Zavi. It's a beautiful set. It lights up here. You're probably not going to see it as well because it is light out right now. But it's really cool. And comes with some pins, and the Steelbook is the same Steelbook right there as the Best Buy one. So it's unfortunate you don't get anything new, but it is what it is. And last but not least, as far as my box sets here on this shelf go, this is the Inglourious Basterds set. This is my biggest box set I own for any movie. It comes with 2 different Steelbooks. There's the side of it, and then there is the back, what you're going to get with it. So if you're interested in seeing that. I do apologize, I'm not going to show off the Steelbooks here. I will be here forever if I go through and I do that, so I'm just going to keep it at that for right now. All right, continuing on with some of these box sets here, we have got this beautiful, gorgeous Monsterverse collection. It is one of those steel tins. I absolutely love these steel tins. They're just gorgeous. They're perfect. There's the Steelbooks here, all 4 of them. And they are continuing on, it seems like, with the Monsterverse. So, like most things, you get a collection, and is it ever really complete? Unfortunately, no, not really. Next set after that, we've got the Mad Max Anthology Steelbook collection in that steel tin from Zavi as well. There's your 4 Steelbooks. They are beautiful Steelbooks as well. Like I said, I'm sure most people have seen unboxings of these by now. If you're looking, I'm just not going to open them, like I said already. Here is the next 4 right there. This is the Batman set right there. This was from Best Buy. This is sold out by now. But you could probably still get it for around $100 on eBay if you're interested. Here is this Avengers set. You're going to get all 4 of the Steelbooks. And these are the same Steelbooks as they've released individually. There's that. And then there is that. So that's all of those. Those are all of my metal tins, my Steelbook metal tins. And I think I'm missing quite a few. I'm missing the Rambo collection. There's like a Harry Potter one, Game of Thrones, and a few others that I'm missing as well. So I definitely want to go and try and collect eventually, especially the Rambo one. And I actually left out one other. We've got the Jurassic World, the Ultimate Collection in the metal tin. This is still sealed. Funny story about this one. I almost overpaid for this on eBay because Zavi's a very weird website. I'm not a big fan of Zavi. They had it listed. They didn't have it listed at the time. And so I went on eBay, almost overpaid, and then it just went back in stock. So Zavi just relist stuff sometimes, and with no warning. Stuff's not even out of stock technically, but it's not listed in stock, so it's a pain in the butt. But yes, that is my Jurassic World Ultimate Steelbook Collection. And speaking of things that aren't listed, if you go on Zavi's website right now, the new Batman Forever and Batman and Robin are not listed on the website, unfortunately. And they're not shipping to the US right now. It's a whole fiasco, but I'd love to get those last 2 to complete this collection because we've got Batman right here. Looks like that. So it's not lenticular or anything like that, but it kind of looks pretty sweet when you move it around there. Here's your back of it. And these are really cool. You're going to get a lot of good stuff in here. I've unboxed these all individually on my channel before in the past. So if you want to go check those out, there's that one. Here's Batman Returns. So another really nice Steelbook there. I love these hard boxes they put them in. The only complaint is when you take the J card off, it'll leave bubbles like that. So you got to be careful, and there's really nothing you can do. You can't take them off slowly or quickly. It doesn't matter. They leave the bubbles, and it's a pain in the butt. Next up, we've got Batman Begins. Another really nice one. And I just love the way these all look on the shelf, and they complete the collection very well, very nicely. Next up after that, we've got the Dark Knight, which is going to be right here. It's your Steelbook in the back of it. So another really nice one. This is my favorite of the bunch. Love that movie. It's a perfect movie. We've got the Dark Knight Rises next, right there. I have seen all these Batman movies. Seen every single Batman movie except the animated ones. Not a big animated fan, but that is the Batman Zavi Steelbook collection. Next up, continuing on with the Zavi theme, we've got some more collector's editions. This one's still sealed. We got the 8 Mile Steelbook. This is what it's going to look like on the back of it. I never actually grabbed the one from Groove, so I'm glad to have this one. It's an awesome looking Steelbook. 8 Mile is a great movie. I haven't watched it in a while, so I definitely need to get around to it. We've got the 80th anniversary of Casablanca here. Here's the back of it and what it's going to look like. So once again, I have seen this in film class, and I thought it was, I remember it being boring, but that was about 15, 16 years ago. So it's been a while, so we'll have to rewatch that one and see how I feel. Next up, we've got this kick-ass Steelbook. This is a absolute kick-ass Steelbook. I love it. I adore this Steelbook. I think it's amazing. It's not quite as thick of a outer box here, slip box, as the other ones, but it's still super nice. Beautiful Steelbook here. Absolutely love the colors on that. You get some really cool goodies on the inside of that as well. Another one that I still have sealed, we've got the Lost Boys, and the whole story of trying to get this was a pain. I didn't get Poltergeist with it, unfortunately. I wanted to, and then they canceled my order. But this Lost Boys, I'm very happy to have it because I do like Lost Boys a lot more than Poltergeist. Personally, for me, love the Lost Boys Steelbook. Here is Nobody. I think this is another gorgeous one. This came in the mail with that Lost Boys copy. Absolutely love this movie. It is one of my favorite action films probably of all time after watching it. I just adored this movie. I thought it was awesome. I had a blast watching it with my dad. I think it's a perfect movie to watch with your dad. And then next, up, we've got this Singing in the Rain Steelbook as well. I really love what Zavvi does over there with these slip boxes and the collector's edition Steelbooks. I think they're gorgeous. I absolutely love this one. I've unboxed this on my channel before as well. But yeah, that is all of my Zavvi collector's edition, like limited edition stuff. I don't have too many. That's all of them. I hope to get a lot more in the future, and we'll see what happens. But unfortunately, right now, they're not shipping to the U.S. as it is. So I'm hoping to get my training day one. We'll see if I do. All right, continuing on, we have got some Titans of Colt Steelbooks here. This is a Clockwork Orange, and this one does have some damage right there, unfortunately. So I have this set aside to get another replacement. I ordered it from Orbit DVD, and unfortunately did come damaged. You know, even places like Orbit DVD, as good as they are, as good as some of these places are, you still unfortunately find a way to get damaged products. I have, even from the best companies like Orbit or Grindhouse even, or anybody, I have gotten damaged products, unfortunately. Next up, we've got Blade Runner, the Final Cut. And like I said, these are all of my Titans of Colt Steelbooks. I do not have all of them. I believe there are around 18 of them. I tried to get the Star Trek one. Zavvi shipped it, and then they returned it to the back to themselves. And they issued a refund, and I never got the refund, and that was about 2 months ago. So I still need to call them. Or contact them, I should say, and get another one. The Goonies, very nice one right here. And these Titans of Colt Steelbooks are really cool. They just damage really easily. I don't know about you guys, but I've complained about this before in the past. These plastic slip covers, even like the Lionsgate ones, they get cracked easily. The plastic smashes, cracks. It just, because it's plastic, it damages very easily, unfortunately, like the Mondo Steelbooks and stuff. And some of them just don't, once you open them, like this one, they don't want to seem to go back down. But this is V for Vendetta, very nice Steelbook as well. Unfortunately, it's hard to get these to stay down sometimes, the plastic. I kind of wish I never started collecting them in a way. They are beautiful, absolutely gorgeous Steelbooks. The artwork on the plastic is incredible, but like I said, they damage quite easily, and they can be a pain in the butt at times. Next up, we have got The Matrix, which is another really, once again, nice Steelbook. I really do love Titans of Colt. The plastic, they damage so easily, unfortunately. This is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. And speaking of damage, like, I don't know if you could tell, but this one has a crack right in that corner right up here. Let's see if I could show it right there. And I got that from Orbit as well. So unfortunately, I know a lot of people rave about certain companies. I've gotten damaged products from everyone. To me, it's about how you make the situation right. If you send something damaged and it's clearly damaged, what are you going to do to make the situation right? So that is Space Jam. A lot of times these companies will just make you ship it back, which is a pain in the ass for me personally. I don't like doing that, but they have to do it in order to get their money back and stuff like that, so I get it. But that is my entire Titans of Colt Steelbook collection. I know I complained a little bit on there. I actually do really like them. It's just that I'm curious to hear your take on them. The plastic does crack easily, things like that, bend, whatever happens to it. But I really do love the Steelbooks on the inside. I just don't like the way they open from the top like this. And this one came from Zavvi, and it's smashed in the corner, see? So it's hard to win. I kind of gave up on trying to get perfect condition for certain things. If you could get a replacement, I'm the kind of person who's like, okay, I'll get one easily if it's Amazon. But you're ordering overseas, it's really hard to get certain replacements. And then it goes out of stock, and what are you supposed to do? So curious to hear your take on that whole situation. Damage, what point do you return things? Little kind of heads up to everybody watching on when, I believe it's, March 8th, Wednesday. I'm going to be doing a stream with a lot of great collectors. We're going to be discussing the state of physical media. So we're going to talk about damaged products, numbered spines, completist problems, just so many things, the prices of Steelbooks and physical media in general, what we believe the future will look like, what we hope to see this year. We were going to talk about everything. I cannot wait. It is going to be an incredible stream. So a lot of great people coming on, some very big names, and we're going to be discussing some very important topics about physical media. So stay tuned to that Wednesday, March 8th. All right, continuing on with those big plastic box sets, we've got this Spider-Man, I believe it's like a Legacy, Spider-Man Legacy collection. So it's going to come with, I think, 5 Spider-Man movies. So you're going to get the Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans on here. And that's the back of it. Another one that's pretty beat up, and it's just a pain once again. But it's cool nonetheless. It's cool to have it. This is Rad, the Mondo. See, this is what I mean. Like, these get very beat up, these plastic slips. But I know some people have said they've had no issues. I've never seen Rad, but my buddy Adam has told me, like, I really need to watch this. A lot of people have said I need to watch this. I know that Vinegar Syndrome's lenticular 4K slipcover of that is very out of print and hard to get. But yes, there is Rad. This is A Quiet Place. I absolutely love A Quiet Place. That is a 4K steelbook of it. And Mondo does number their spines. So I'm trying to get all of them, but there's a lot I'm missing as well. We got 2 Pet Sematary steelbooks. One I bought at release, and then another one came from the person that I bought a ton of stuff from on Instagram. So that sent me a ton of stuff, steelbooks. This was one of them. Wreck-It Ralph, right? Or Ralph Breaks the... Yeah, Wreck-It Ralph. So that is number 34 in the spine. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of them. Ghost in the Shell, or Ghost in a Shell. We've got number... Geez, it's hard to tell. Can't even tell what that is. Number 18, I believe. It's really hard to tell some of these. They're dark numbers. Next up, we've got Reservoir Dogs, sent to me from my very good friend Nick over at Nick Movie AV Impulse. Great dude. Here's the back of it. And we've got number 13 on that one. Reservoir Dogs is really good. And Ex Machina, another great movie. I thought this was excellent. My buddy Diego had introduced me to this movie, put it on a watch list for me to check out. That is a Canada Best Buy exclusive. That is extremely out of print and expensive. And I got it for like $10 at half price books, or $15. So sometimes you get some great deals at half price books. All right, next up, continuing on with those slipcover themes, we've got this Running Man 4K slipcover with the steelbook here. It's still sealed. I had gotten one that came damaged, so I ordered another, and I've just kept it sealed. We've got The Ring, which is a beautiful slipcover. A lot of people actually complain about these cardboard slipcovers on steelbooks. I have no complaints because, to be honest with you, the plastic ones are just as much of a nightmare. I don't know why people complain a ton about these. This is a really cool slipcover. Really cool idea here, theme. But yeah, the plastic ones actually damage just as easily. They're really nice. The plastic ones are clearly a lot nicer, but they're also damaged a lot easier. And it's hard to get good ones. And the cardboards come with smash corners, so you can't win either way. We've got Deadpool 2. This is my only Deadpool 2 steelbook I have, I believe. Really nice artwork here. So these aren't Lionsgate ones or anything like that. I just separated them because I didn't feel like I wanted to put them with everything else because they're in sleeves. This is, I think, my 3rd Wonder Woman steelbook. The reason I separated it, once again, from all my other Marvels, because it comes with that slip cover. So there's that one. Next up, we've got Event Horizon, which sold out pretty quickly, and it has a really nice steelbook. I've never seen this movie, so I really need to get around to seeing that. And then next up, we've got the second Sonic the Hedgehog 2 steelbook. I thought this was a really nice steelbook. I've seen the first one. I have not seen Sonic 2 the Hedgehog yet, so I need to get around to seeing that. All right, I'm going to try to run through my Lionsgate steelbooks as quickly as possible. I've done a complete collection update on my Lionsgate steelbook probably like 4 or 5 or 6 months ago on my channel, so if you're interested in checking that out, I'm just going to run through them. 310 to Yuma, watched this for the first time this year. Actually really ended up enjoying it. I've kind of gotten into Westerns more lately. We got 3 from Hell. One I did not like. I did not like that movie. We have got 31. One I actually didn't mind. I thought this was more enjoyable than 3 from Hell for me, at least. I had fun with it. It's not great, but I had some fun with it. Next up, we've got American Psycho, probably one of the greatest steelbooks out there. Awesome artwork on that. And then Angel Heart, something I still haven't gotten around to seeing yet. And then next one up, Apocalypse Now, one I haven't gotten around to seeing yet as well, and I still need to figure out which cut to watch and then get around to watching it. All right, continuing on with the Lionsgate here, we've got Belly. I haven't watched it yet. I know I need to get around to that one as well. Cabin in the Woods, I remember seeing this in theaters. Excellent original movie, really cool ideas in that. Chaos Walking, haven't seen it yet. Clerks 3, I actually haven't seen any of the Clerks movies yet. I need to get around to those, talking about those plastic slipcovers. So I just kind of deal with it. I'm curious, though, to hear everybody's take. We'll talk about it a lot more, like I said, March 8th and Damages and things like that. Dirty Dancing Blu-ray Steelbook, or that's the 4K one, I apologize. Beautiful 4K Steelbook. That is the re-release. I missed out on the first one in the original pressing. Next up, we've got Dirty Dancing Blu-ray Steelbook from Target. Hacksaw Ridge. Absolutely love this movie. Directed by Mel Gibson. Halloween Steelbook, still sealed. I got lucky and got it at Disc Replay one day when it was long out of print during a buy one, get one free sale on Black Friday. Hellboy, is this Hellboy? Yeah, the original one. Mila Jovovich is in that. Hell or High Water, another very good movie. Next up, we have got Highlander, something I haven't gotten around to seeing yet. Need to check that one out. And then we've got The Hitman's Bodyguard, which I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's extremely funny. And then The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, which I don't think is a very good follow-up. I guess it's like average to above average. It has its moments. It's still funny, but Selma Hayek doesn't do it for me. And I have no problems with cussing, but it needs to make sense, right? Like, I've heard people complain about Christmas, Bloody Christmas, and the nonstop use of language in that. Selma Hayek's just not funny in that movie, and I just didn't like her. I'm just not a big fan of her work, though. I know some people are absolutely obsessed with her, but Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard just did not feel like a very thought-out or well-rounded sequel. I saw it in theaters. It was one of the first movies I remember seeing getting out of the theater here, or getting out of the pandemic, and it just didn't work very well. Compared to the first one, in my opinion, it doesn't work nearly as well. All right, let's keep those Lionsgate Steelbooks going here. So we've got The Hurt Locker, another really great Steelbook. And I just love the Lionsgate Steelbooks because this one in particular has incredible artwork on the disc. It has artwork on the inside of the Steelbook, slipcover front and back, and then also you're going to get Steelbook front and back artwork. Lionsgate does better work than anybody else. I just wish the plastic didn't come damaged so easily. All right, John Wick Chapter 3. Looking forward to what they do with John Wick Chapter 4. It's a very long movie. The runtime got announced, and I think it's pretty close to 3 hours. Kick-Ass Steelbook, another one. Absolutely love Kick-Ass. It's one of my favorite superhero movies of all time. I think it's highly underrated, to be honest. We've got Knives Out, a pretty good movie. I actually just recently watched The Outfit, and I actually like The Outfit more than Knives Out, to be honest with you. Next up, we've got La La Land, one of Tim Talkie's favorite movie of all time. I think it's okay. It doesn't work a ton for me, but I'm not big into musicals. I haven't seen The Limey yet. It's one of their newer releases, for the most part. Midway, beautiful Steelbook here. Very similar artwork as the other one. That's the 4K. On that one, that was at Best Buy. This was at Target, I believe, was the Blu-ray Steelbook. So similar artwork, but it's different. Moonfall, not a very good movie. A Roland Emmerich movie. Didn't really work very well for me. Punisher, absolutely love this movie. I'm still waiting, and I don't think it'll ever happen. I wish they would put the unrated cut at least on Blu-ray, but it's still only on DVD. Punisher Warzone, still have this one sealed, but I have seen it. I actually don't mind it. It's a lot more, it's violent. It's very violent. It's not as good of a or well-rounded story, but there's still fun to be had with Punisher Warzone. It's just not a very great movie. A Requiem for a Dream. I absolutely love addiction films, but that one doesn't really work for me. I'm going to have to give it a rewatch. Reservoir Dogs, another one. Absolutely beautiful Steelbook. The air kind of falls off when you pull out the Steelbook, which was really cool design. Probably one of the best Steelbooks of last year. Rob Zombie's trilogy here. We've got Rob Zombie trilogy. Yeah, so you're going to have A House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Rejects, and Three from Hell. And they are releasing, they announced that it comes out pretty soon. A House of a Thousand Corpses Blu-ray Steelbook only, though. But it's going to come with the slipcover. It's a Lionsgate Steelbook. So I expect to get a Devil's Rejects ones eventually later this year or next year. Saw as well. Absolutely love this movie. Such a good movie for a low-budget movie like that. All right, next up we have got I'm sorry, not Sicario. We've got Spiral, which is in the book of Saw. So it's kind of like a Saw Presents movie. We've got Sicario. That's the first one there. I don't think Sicario 2, like Day of Soldado or whatever it's called. I don't think that's a Lionsgate movie. But Sicario Blu-ray Steelbook from Target. And finally, last but not least, on this row right here, we've got Terminator. But I got a few left after this to pull. So that is Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Love that movie. Probably one of, if not my favorite action movies of all time. All right, finishing up the remaining Steelbooks for Lionsgate here, we got Total Recall. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen that in ages. I couldn't even tell you if I have seen it. I think when I was a kid. Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I saw this in theaters with my buddy Mike. I had a lot of fun with that movie. It's a good time. Universal Soldier. Pretty fun watch. I actually think this is one of Van Damme's best movies. Big fan of that one. Warm Bodies here. Beautiful Steelbook. This is their latest artwork release. That heart kind of is really cool the way it moves out. And it's just big time awesome Steelbook. Warrior, my favorite Lionsgate release, I'm pretty sure, because this is top 15 favorite films of all time for me. I love Warrior. That movie is so emotional and so good. It's a perfect film, in my opinion. Wonder, this is such a good movie. Very emotional, very powerful film. It is excellent. I am a big Wonder fan. I also think Owen Wilson's pretty underrated. He's funny and he's good in that, and I like Julia Roberts in that as well. So next up, I've got my Arrow Video box sets and Steelbooks as well. Arrow Video, everybody talks about, you got to smell your Arrow videos. I just went through my Lionsgate, and I don't know if you've ever smelt your Lionsgate Steelbooks, but they have a very distinct smell. I know that sounds weird, but try smelling your Lionsgate Steelbooks. You'll notice what I'm talking about. Next up, we've got 12 Monkeys here, this limited edition release. It does only come with that Steelbook, and then I think there's a poster, I believe, on the side right there as well. After that, we've got An American Werewolf in London. Very similar thing there with, I think it's just like a poster. And then we have got True Romance, an absolutely gorgeous Steelbook there. And then you got Alabama on the back. And there's the back of that. So I did double dip on those and got the standard 4K releases as well. And same with Wild Things. Absolutely love this Steelbook. Gorgeous artwork on it. And there's that. So, oh, yeah, but I have it backwards there. So, anyways, love that Wild Things Steelbook. We've got An American Werewolf in London. That's what your Steelbook's going to look like. I got this before I ended up getting that limited edition release. We've got Battle Royale, which I got from Zavi a while back, a long time ago. This is a Carrie Steelbook, which came out a few years ago from Zavi as well. I like the artwork on that, big fan. We've got The Hills Have Eyes Steelbook. Got that at FYE, I believe. The Last House on the Left, which was also at FYE, but I ended up getting it through Zavi because Zavi always put it out before FYE did, and then the American release would come out. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I paid like $45 or something like that on Zavi for this Steelbook. I still haven't seen it yet. I've heard awful things, and it's down to like $33 right now. So you can never predict the market. You don't know if things are going to sell out or not. And unfortunately, that's still in stock over at Zavi. And if you didn't get it yet, it's still there for like $33. Reanimator Steelbook. Pretty nice one. Good movie. RoboCop Steelbook. I have the Blu-ray Steelbook right there, and then the 4K Steelbook as well. This one's still sealed. So I did double dip on that. Gus tells me that the 4K is worth the upgrade of RoboCop. Society, this has an absolutely just insane ending. This movie is as wild as it gets. I mean, you need to watch the last 30 minutes of that movie. It's crazy. And lastly, for my Arrow Video Steelbooks, we got Weird Science. There she is on the back. I love that Weird Science Steelbook, and I also like the slipcover version that Arrow Video did, and I like Weird Science a lot, probably one of my favorite John Hughes movies. Next label, we have got Synapse Films. So we're going to start with the Kindred here with that slipcover. I'll try and kind of pull it off briefly there. That's what it's going to look like. I did watch this. I thought it was pretty decent. Really cool practical effects, and it gets better towards the end, but it drags through the first hour a little bit for me. The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue. I did not like this movie. I know there's some fans out there. I was not one of them. But that is The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue there. Massacre at Central High. Probably one of my favorite Synapse Films movies. I think this is a great release of theirs. I think the transfer is absolutely incredible. Here is the artwork there. And a lot of these do have nudity on them, so just a heads up for you. But Massacre at Central High is a really cool release with an awesome steelbook. Tombs of the Blind Dead. Also wasn't a very big fan of this one. I thought it was pretty slow and boring. Really cool steelbooks on those, though, as well. Next up, we've got Demons. I do have the 4K of these, and I really like Demons. My buddy Ben introduced me to Demons and Demons 2 as well, and I loved both of them. I thought they were incredible movies. Very fun. And Popcorn, something that I need to rewatch because when I watched it, I was not a big fan of Popcorn for me. But I'll have to rewatch it, and I may enjoy it more. All right, next label, we have got Shout Factory. Not to be mistaken with Scream Factory. We'll get into that in just a second here. But we have got Dances with the Wolves. Something I don't think I've seen. If I did, I saw it as a kid in theaters and don't remember. I don't think I've seen it, though. But I love Kevin Costner. Next up, we've got Fargo. I still need to get around to watching this. I can't believe I haven't seen Fargo yet. That is a disappointment. Next up, we have got Platoon, something that I've seen once, and I thought was absolutely really good film. Excellent war movie. We have got Popstar, Never Stop, Never Stopping, I believe. So that's what it's called, yeah, Never Stop, Never Stopping. So this is a Shout Factory release, but the artwork and everything about it screams Scream Factory. It is the same exact design as Scream Factory would put out. It's nothing like the Shout Factory releases. I don't understand it. I would love to ask them what the if they wanted to. I just don't understand it. It's a Shout Factory release, but the Steelbook is every bit Scream Factory. Maybe somebody else can explain that to me in the reasoning behind that. So there's that one. Then you've got Red Dawn, another Shout Factory Steelbook. I watched that, and I thought it was pretty decent, not too bad. I didn't think the remake was very good. We've got Rock and Roll High School. I watched this once, and I don't remember enjoying this one very much. I thought it was okay. Kind of below average for me, not very fun. Slapshot, a very fun movie, hockey movie. Paul Newman, awesome movie. Next up, we've got Streets of Fire. I believe Walter Hill directed this. I really need to watch this because I haven't seen Streets of Fire. And then we have also got The Transformers, the movie, which I've never seen any of those animated Transformers movies. All right, continuing on with some boutique labels, we are on to Scream Factory right here. We have got Army of Darkness, one that I haven't seen. I watched Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. I haven't seen Army of Darkness. And the Blu-ray Steelbook of this is the only Scream Factory Steelbook that I believe I am missing. Next up, we've got Assault on Precinct 13 Steelbook. Fun movie. They kill a kid pretty early on in that movie, and I was very surprised back in the 80s that they did that. But props to John Carpenter for being able to go all out on that. Battle Beyond the Stars, something I haven't seen. I don't know when or if I'll get around to that. Big Trouble in Little China, one that I'm not a big fan of, and I know everybody is. It's not my style. Like, Big Trouble in China is not my thing. Carrie Steelbook, another Carrie Steelbook, 4K Steelbook, gorgeous artwork on that. I love the artwork, and I'm a big Carrie fan. I thought it was a very good movie. Child's Play Steelbook from Scream Factory. Came out at Best Buy there. It was a Best Buy exclusive, actually. Escape from New York. Little fun story. I've talked about this before, but Lock Up. Yeah, it's Lock Up. Directed by, I believe, Luc Besson, or he wrote the script for it. But John Carpenter sued him for, like, using the same script. And I didn't even notice the similarities. And I've asked a few people, and they didn't either. But anyways, he won a lawsuit on that. Escape from New York's fun. The Fog is up next. Not John Carpenter's best work, but it's very slow. A lot like most of his movies, but The Fog's decent. That's the 4K Steelbook. Here's the Blu-ray Steelbook of it. I really like the 4K Steelbook. The Blu-ray Steelbook's pretty cool, but they knocked it out of the park with that 4K Steelbook. Forbidden World, something I hated. And Galaxy of Terror, another one that I hated. And then we've got Halloween 2. Great movie. Great follow-up. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, something that has gotten a ton of notoriety and popularity over the years, but something that does not work for me. I'm not big into that anthology type of stuff. The Howling, Steelbook. Good movie, better towards the end. Humanoids from the Deep, very fun ending. Like, the last 30 minutes of this movie are wild and a ton of fun. Very sleazy. Life Force, I haven't seen this one. I believe another John Carpenter, potentially. I'm not sure. Motel Hell, decently fun watch. It's okay. Could have been better. My Bloody Valentine, ton of fun. Just recently rewatched this on Valentine's Day. Love that movie. And the remake I really enjoy as well. Night of the Demons, very fun watch. It got better after my rewatch too recently back in October. And Piranha, something I need to pick up on 4K, but I remember enjoying this one a decent amount. So, almost through the Scream Factory Steelbooks, we got Prince of Darkness. Pumpkinhead, which was pretty fun watch, not too bad. I enjoyed it for the most part. The Slumber Party Massacre, which is a fun watch. I enjoyed that one as well. Getting a 4K release very soon. They Live 4K Steelbook, another beautiful Steelbook. Scream Factory knocks it out of the park with their Steelbooks. Absolutely remarkable artwork on their Steelbooks. They Live's Blu-ray Steelbook. And The Thing Blu-ray Steelbook as well. That is all of my Scream Factory Steelbooks. So continuing on with the last of my boutique labels in my Steelbooks, we have got some more plastic slipcovers, and proving my point even more, I don't even know how that happened. There is coming off that plastic in the corner there. I don't know how that even happened upon moving or something. I'm not sure, but frustrating. I should probably start putting, like I do with my Steelbooks, I should probably put these plastic ones in bags as well, but I would need to get larger bags to put these in. But they do damage easily. Hopefully it would protect them if I did it. I know people like Fish and Tony do protect their slip covers around bags as well. But we've got Flatliners, Mill Creek title. I remember not enjoying this one very much, and I didn't think the remake was excellent either. But yeah, I'll have to pick up the 4K and check it out again and see if I enjoyed any better and see if I can get another copy of this somehow. But that is Mill Creek Entertainment. They do some Steelbooks. You got another Steelbook from Mill Creek here, which is going to be Lonesome Dove, which is a really cool story. I got this for $5 at Menards, as you can see. Right there, $4.99 at Menards in a bin, and there was one copy left. And I was like, I don't know what it is, but I'll grab it. And it's a like mini-series. We got Mothra from Mill Creek Entertainment as well. There's the back of it there. We have got onto the next label here. One of my, well, it's not really a label. It's more like a studio distribution company. But anyways, we got RLJE Films. I am a big fan of RLJE. My buddy Adam knows that. Big fan of RLJE and what they do. But we got Children of the Corn here. Steelbook. Heather's Steelbook from RLJE as well. This movie didn't hit for me. Wasn't a big fan. And I know it's a cult classic and it's got a lot of fans. It wasn't a big one. RLJE Films, of course, as well. We've got Mad God. I still need to check that out. And then we've got Mandy, which is another RLJE Films. That Mad God Steelbook is not available on any other format or slipcover or standard release. It's only available in that Steelbook right now. Prisoners of Ghostland from RLJE as well. Nice Steelbook, but every single disc came loose because of the way the discs are set up in there. Another RLJE Films, we've got Tax Collector. So this is a 4K Steelbook. I believe it was a Target exclusive, but you could get it now at like Best Buy, I believe. Piranha, this is from Second Sight Films. I think I only have one Second Sight Films Steelbook. Unfortunately, I'd like to get a lot more. They got a really cool basket case trilogy Steelbook. But yeah, that's the original Piranha. Then we've got a Kino Lorber Steelbook. I believe this is their only Steelbook they've ever released. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But we've got Rawhead Rex. I overpaid for this Steelbook like crazy at Disc Replay of ripoffs, and then I found out about Kino Lorber sales, and it was like $5.99 or something like that. You could probably get it about $6.99 or $7.99 during the next Kino Lorber sale. We've got Dread Central here, which is Terrifier. Really cool Steelbook. Love the artwork on that. I'm pretty sure that goes for a decent penny now. It's out of print. And then we've got, I believe this is Cinedigm. This is the newest Terrifier 2 Steelbook that they put out. I enjoy that movie. It might have been a bit long, but it's a lot of fun. Really cool practical effects. And then Magnet releasing here on the spine right there. We've got Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. I have a ton of fun with this movie. It is a huge guilty pleasure, if you want to call it that. I love Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. It is an absolute blast. All right, almost through. We've got just pretty much... I've got like slip boxes and stuff that wasn't necessarily from an exclusive from Xavier. It's not like a collector's edition. So I separated these, and then I got metal packs to go through. And then we're pretty much done, but I have a little surprise for some extra fans of maybe video games at the end. So stay tuned. But we have got this 4K Ultra HD Steelbook of Fast and the Furious, the original. Really nice artwork there. I was a big fan of this Steelbook when they put it out. It comes with a bunch of different art cards. And they came out with the standard release of it as well, but I got this version. I love the original Fast and Furious. I'm a big fan of the franchise, but unfortunately when Paul Walker passed away, I feel like the franchise went downhill in particular. But here is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. This did come from Xavi, but it's just like a slip box. That's it. There's nothing else with it. So I separated these into this little own pile. Here's the slip box for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and there's that Steelbook. So it's cool that they came with different artwork than the like slip box itself. It's not the same, really. Well, the back of it has different artwork and stuff. It's cool. I like it. And then we've got Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, I believe, here. Another Xavi release. I only got this because it came from somebody on Instagram. And then, this is technically a Lionsgate Steelbook, and I should probably put it with Lionsgate, but it doesn't have the slip cover. It's more like a slip box that loads from the side here, and it's a lenticular right there, so I put it with these. And that is all of those, and let's get into those metal packs. All right, last of the movies here. We've got metal packs. So we have got, this is Two Guns, I believe it's called, yep. So the metal packs have like, that's what the spine looks like of those. They're a lot thicker. But they did fit around my Steelbook covers, but I won't be pulling them out very easily. American Pie, really cool one. I've ordered that online, and a lot of times you'll order a metal pack online and people will list it as a Steelbook, and you'll get it and you'll realize it's a metal pack. I used to like metal packs, not such a big fan anymore, but this Baywatch, this is technically a metal pack. It's not quite the same as the others, but I really like this. I double dipped on this day one, the 4K and the Blu-ray metal pack Steelbook right there. G.I. Joe Retribution or Retaliation. G.I. Joe Retaliation, it's called. I think I've only seen one, and it was like the first G.I. Joe. Godzilla, this does make a noise, but this is, the battery's long gone on this. Right here at the top, it used to make a noise, but battery's dead. All those things die over time. And this is actually broken. I ordered it on Xavi, or on eBay, and the person did not warn me. It's really cool. It's all embossed and everything. This is so badass. But the person didn't warn me, when I opened it, it fell apart. And they didn't put anything about it being damaged. So a lot of liars on eBay. You got to watch out for that stuff. The Italian Job, another metal pack I have sealed. I got it at FYE, I believe during like Black Friday maybe. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. This was the one I actually did see, I believe, of the trilogy. Saving Private Ryan metal pack. It's another nice one. They came so embossed on these back in the day. And then we have got Transformers Dark of the Moon metal pack here. So there is all of my movie steelbooks. Now we're going to get into a little surprise here at the very end to close this video out and part 3 and all of my steelbooks. To any steelbook collectors out there that are video game fans, this is in particular for you. Like my buddy Mike might appreciate this. I know my buddy Chris would appreciate this, and a few other people out there. I used to play a lot of video games. I don't anymore at all. I probably haven't played a video game in maybe like a total of 2 hours in the last couple of years. I focus more on work and movies now. I never had self-control playing video games, but they came out with some awesome steelbooks. Interesting thing about video game steelbook collectors and like the way they put them out, they would give you the case, a case, and a steelbook, and you would get the disc inside of the case, but the steelbook would come empty. So interesting, but here is, let's get it started. So we've got Metro Exodus, and it's the limited Aurora edition. So it's gonna have a slip cover there. That's gonna pop off. This is very hard metal, and it unloads from the top like this. And then you're going to get your steelbook right there and a booklet as well. So really cool release. And there's that. So very nice. You got a slipcover. Like I said, video games have some really cool collector's editions out there for, you know, big collectors and stuff like that. Next up, we've got Black Ops 3. So this is another one that unloads from the top like this. And you're going to get your steelbook and some other stuff like pins and whatever else as well. Right there. So there is that. Then let's get into the next one, which is going to be Advanced Warfare. Very similar. Also unloads from the top like that. And you're going to get your steelbook as well and like a booklet as well. Another one that is going to be just a standard slipcover. You can pull it out either way. There's your steelbook. This is World War II. Here's the back of it on that slipcover. It's a pretty cool release. It was really cool, but they get expensive. There's like collector's editions that are like $250 for video games, for just one video game. So I'm kind of enjoying not collecting them anymore and just being a movie collector. Movies could get expensive too, though, of course. But here is a double pack of Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered. There's the back of that. We've got the Division 2 that came with some awesome stuff. Came with like a watch and a bunch of other stuff. I have this whole collector's edition of it. It's an awesome steelbook right there. And yeah, it came with some amazing things. Yeah, like a whole set. Awesome stuff. Then we got just our standard steelbook here. We got Call of Duty Ghosts. A lot of these don't have the font on the front. We've got Doom, which is a fun game. I did enjoy that. We've got Metal Gear Solid 5. Quantum Break, which was a short but very fun game. Got a lot of actors who played the voices and things like that. Movie actors. Rage 2, another ridiculous collector's edition that I have with a like talking head. It's really cool. I need to hang up on a wall. Watch Dogs, another really cool collector's edition that came with like a statue that Tim would appreciate. And Homefront 2, I can't remember what it was called exactly, but that is Homefront. And then I've got like 2 or 3 last video games there, 360 steelbooks, and that will wrap it up. All right, just 2 left. We've got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. This is 360, I believe. Yep, it's pretty standard steelbook there. And last but not least, we've got Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, the Atlas Edition. And that's what it looks like. That's what the back is going to look like. It's going to slide out from the top as well in a booklet and video game, and that is 360. And then I've got some other cool stuff from video games, but that's all separate. So that is all of my Steelbooks. That is part 3 concluded right there. So probably around 800 Steelbooks. I don't have as nice of nearly a ton of collectors out there, their Steelbooks. I'm very happy with mine. That's all that matters. Enjoy what you have, whether you have 5 Steelbooks, 500, or 5,000. It's your collection. Be proud of it, and don't worry about what other people have. Enjoy it for yourself and collect for yourself. But I appreciate everybody who watched all 3 parts. I thank you so much, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. I've got a lot of live streams planned coming up, especially in March. Please stay tuned. Episode 2 of the Physical Media Collectors Hall of Fame with Dell on movies will be March 1st, Wednesday. I've got a stream planned March 8th, March 14th, March 15th as well. Episode 3 of the Physical Media Collectors Hall of Fame, and then more stuff later on in March. And I'll be live tomorrow on somebody's channel. I can't remember who it is actually. It is part of the series that we're running, basically like super booby movies. It's erotic thrillers from the 80s and 90s. And then I'll be live on Mega Mike's channel on Thursday. We'll be discussing our top 5 coming of age movies. So I'll be live a ton coming up here. So hopefully you enjoy it and get a chance to check some of them out. But once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope everybody has a great day. And I'd love to hear what you thought of some of these Steelbooks, which ones you have, which ones are some of your favorites. So please leave a comment. I always enjoy reading those. And hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Have a great day, and I'll see everyone next time.